Hey, what's up? This is Casey with another episode of the show I don't have a name for. Today's t-shirt of the day is Trash Panda. It's a raccoon. I'm doing a series on the TOEIC speaking exam. This is a really difficult speaking test that English as a foreign language, English as a second language, speakers need to take in order to get some jobs or to get into better schools or into better classes, stuff like that. And I'm just going to kind of go through every single part of the test and give some tips, tricks, hints, and stuff like that to help you get a better grade with it. But before we get started, I always like to start my classes with something I call the new dictionary. New dictionary is just slang or phrases maybe you will not find in your regular dictionary, or maybe it translates into something funny, or maybe you've just been saying it wrong, okay? Or it has 1 or 2 or 10 meanings in English, and you just don't know what the heck you're talking about. And that's okay. That's what we're here for as teachers. So we have a saying in English, the elephant in the room. So maybe you were out really late last night and mom and dad are both angry. But you're eating breakfast, you're eating lunch. Nobody has talked about you being out late last night. We say, pretty soon mom's going to say, all right, now we have to talk about the elephant in the room. The elephant in the room is just the big bad subject nobody wants to talk about. So imagine that there's an elephant inside your room and nobody really wants to talk about it. So the elephant in the room is just something maybe uncomfortable, something, I don't want to talk about that. Okay? So that's what the elephant in the room is. So maybe you're uncomfortable about something, you're unsure about something, you don't feel like talking about that. Now, when I moved to Korea, I noticed many people made this mistake. This word right here. They said, I like many sports. I like baseball, basketball, volleyball, etc. I like lots of food. I like fried chicken, pizza, hamburgers, etc. Okay, this doesn't mean etc. This is actually a Latin phrase, etc. And what that just means is and more. Okay, I like fried chicken, pizza, hamburgers, and more. I like Spider-Man, Superman, Batman, etc. I like Spider-Man, Superman, Deadpool, etc. Okay? And finally, troll. So this has many different meanings. It can be, if you like to play video games, this can be a big bad monster. If you like movies, I think now there's a cute troll movie. But if you like to go on the internet, sometimes there are trolls that just go on the internet just to be rude to people. So maybe you see comments and they're just, a troll is somebody who is just rude or mean, not because they, sometimes just because they like to be rude or they just like to be mean. All right. So those are our new dictionary words of the day. Now we are going to talk about our oops, that's not right. So this is the first part of the TOEIC, and this is what we're going to talk about today. This is I would say in the medium level of difficulty, what you have to do is you have to read something. And my advice to you is just keep reading. You have 45 seconds just to look through everything. So look through everything and look through the names. Sometimes they have names that, or city names, or a person's name. And if you don't know how to pronounce that, just when you're reading, go fast through it. Okay? But make a note of that when you have that little bit of time to practice. You only get 45 seconds to prepare. So it says you have 45 seconds to prepare. Beep. Okay? So I've already seen this plenty of times, but we'll go. So it says you have 45 seconds to prepare. Beep. Our speaker tonight is Mr. John Wilson, who has just returned from traveling in South America. Mr. Wilson spent his trip photographing scenes of small town life across the continent. His work is well known across the world, and his photography has been featured in numerous newspapers, magazines, and books. Tonight, he will share with us photographs and stories from his recent trip, and will answer any questions you may have. Due to time constraints, we ask you to hold your questions until the end of the talk. Okay, so beep. All right, so you don't have very much time. You can see I kind of goofed up on a couple of things very minorly. I know I did this with some Korean students, and some Koreans have difficulty saying photo, and sometimes they say photography. We want to say photography. Ugh, I know. Don't hate English. Don't hate me. Hate English, okay? And hate the TOEIC. Like I said, again, this can be a tough this reading part can be tough just because you're just going. If you don't know something, if the word is hard to pronounce, or you're just confused with something, just pass over it. There's no problem with that. If you're frustrated with it, just, remember, you can let it go. This isn't a race, all right? So you don't have to talk as fast as possible. I think it's actually better to talk slower, because that way people can understand you. If you try to talk too fast, then you're going to make mistakes, then you make bigger mistakes, then you make bigger mistakes, and then it just goes bigger and 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 bigger. So it's okay to talk slowly if you want to talk slowly. Maybe we'll see if we can look at one more of these. Oh, all my things are just stopped right now. Well, this is what the internet looks like at my school. So this is what the TOEIC speaking looks like. You just have to read a few paragraphs for this first part. You get 2 questions on this. You have 45 seconds to prepare, then you have 45 seconds to actually read it. My suggestion is read through it. If you see any words, if you don't know how to pronounce the words, just read really fast through it. Don't sit there and go, just zip through it, okay? He is from Germany, and he is going to talk about blah, 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 and he is very happy to be here. Okay? Instead of saying, he is from okay? Just go over the top, and you won't have to worry about it, okay? After this question is over, quit quit worrying about this question. Otherwise, you're just going to stress and stress and stress about this test. All right. And you already have enough stress already. So let that go. All right. So thanks for watching this episode of the show with no name. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, share it with your friends, hit like. If you didn't like it, tell me why and everything. Okay. Thanks for watching. Bye. You're the best.